Welcome back to another episode of After the License, the podcast where we help real estate agents build their business. I'm your host, Jeff Buettner. Make sure you're checking out not only the podcast, but the YouTube channel. We have different things for different platforms. And if you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Today, we're going to talk about leading indicators versus lagging indicators and how I think you should think about this in your real estate business. So, leading indicators versus lagging indicators in the business world is a common term. And to simplify it, leading indicators focuses on how much are you inputting, and lagging indicators focus on and kind of track what is your output. So we have input versus output. In real estate, I think, especially with new agents, we focus so much on the lagging indicators, the output piece. How many closings have I had? How many homes have I sold? When really, as a new agent, you should be solely focused on the leading indicators, the input. So let me use an example or an analogy. If you were going to do a crop and you owned a farm, if you only focused on the output, you might not actually know what got you the result. So if you just focused on how much corn you produced every single year, but didn't track how many plants you planted, how often you watered them, then you might not actually get down to the bottom of what produced great results one year or 1 month versus the other. And we do this so often in real estate. We're not thinking about those leading indicators. How many plants did I plant? How often did I water them? If we focus just on those and we focus on getting better at those every single day, the lagging indicators would come naturally. So let's jump back to real estate. So in real estate, we're so focused on the outcome. We're so focused on the closing when we really should be focusing on the inputs. And so here are some good leading indicators that you should be keeping track of if you want to increase your business. How many people did you add to your database? How many new people did you meet and talk about real estate? That's a really good leading indicator. If you track that every single day and you add a person a day or a couple people a day, those closings will come over time. How often did you follow up or have real estate related conversations with your database or your sphere of influence? Again, another great leading indicator. Another good leading indicator is how many leads have you generated? Right? Keep track of how many new leads have you generated, but then on top of that, keep track of how many reach outs have you had to those folks. Did you call them just once or did you reach out multiple times? If we keep track of those leading indicators, so real estate related conversations, how many new leads or new people we've kept track of, how often are we following up with people, how are we coming at it from a place of value, if we can keep track of those things, the closings come. So are you thinking about your leading indicators or are you thinking about your lagging indicators? I want you to think about that. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment below. What are some of the leading indicators that you think about every single day that you keep track of? And how are you working to improve those? Or are you just focused on those lagging indicators and unsure where that success has happened in the past? All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, hit subscribe if you find this content useful, if you're on YouTube, and we'll catch you next time.